Okay. So this next question is a little bit close in a way, but I would ask, there are billions of us in this earth, billions of people in this earth. But why are you pivotal?
Why am I?
Like, why are you pivotal?
Why am I pivotal to the change of the planet? Or
Yeah.
why am I pivotal to anything in general? Yeah.
Yeah, okay, it's a question,
And why
but
am I
like,
important?
yes, it's a question. You understand the
What's the
concept of
yes?
the
I
question.
understand. Why am I pivotal? Yeah, being
Yes.
pivotal to something is a pivot is a very important joint
Yeah.
in a machinery. I
Yeah.
think that's what the word pivot means.
Yes.
Now I feel like someone being pivotal to the importance of stuff. I feel like I'm that dude that sees it. I start out and see things, the way people do things, and I feel like, yo, y'all keep hurting everybody else, y'all, with the way you do this thing in front. Oh yeah, there are a few people who've done it right. But if you check, most of the times, those people who get it right are not given the opportunity to make it right for other people as much as it happened for them. Most people who make it right, and they become one in 1,000. And then it looks like, yes, that person is so pivotal. Typical example, not to shit on anybody's legacy. Michael Jackson, right? King of pop, multi-platinum record selling artist, the best. Record engineer, producer, writer, dancer, choreographer, singer. Oh man, that man. And then millions of dollars, in fact billions, went through this man. Gave people jobs, right? Fed a label, made a label, enriched the label, helped the label, buy catalogs from other artists. But Michael Jackson on his own didn't birth a new generation of artists directly, because so much time was put into creating the craft that and the legend that was Michael. There wasn't any chance to look or think of any other new person. And we now thought he was invincible. We thought he was going to do that stuff the rest of his life. Me as a child would think that Michael could do that stuff in his 60s. But when we were watching all that stuff, bro was probably in his 20s, 30s. Right?
Right.
Now, nobody was thinking age. Nobody was thinking body deterioration. Right?
Right.
Now, legacies were just being created from the craft. But legacies were not created in other things. Yeah, we say he was a philanthropist. With the money Michael had, I would have renovated about 500 or 1,000 islands before I died. You get where I'm coming from?
Yeah.
Repopulate islands with species that have become extinct. Like I would have been having labs in about every 6 countries that were doing genetic testing on pangolins, dodos, foxes, different types of foxes. Right? I would have been doing research on plant vegetation growth, grafting, genetic resuscitation, so many things. But that time was not given to that man because he was a legend. But he was a pivotal person. I told you he made exploits, he gave jobs, he created jobs. People had to do stuff because he existed. But he wasn't given a chance to impact on the planet exactly as he should have. You get where I'm coming from?
Yes.
If you see the way with the Neverland that was built, you should have given you an idea of who Michael would have been. If he had the chance, he would have bought a city and turned it into a park and said that everybody come and live here for free. So why do I think I'm pivotal? I'm pivotal because I've seen those examples and I've understood that if you let yourself become something that you don't want to be, you end up not being the pivotal person you are. You have to be what you really need to be. The money is not the issue. The legend is not the issue. The music is not the issue. The craftsmanship is not the issue. Those things are the day-to-day things you need to do to represent your legend. But what makes you pivotal is understanding that aside that thing you've built, there's an external force. It's like when a bomb goes off. When it does, what does the damage is not just the explosion. It's the shock wave that goes after it. It's the expansion of sound. Every bomb is a headphone that exploded. When it does that pop, that sound travels. Imagine a headset that explodes inside your ear. You will feel that thing. It will damage everything inside your ear because sound has its own power. It has a force that comes with it. Singing it loud in any way. So being pivotal is making sure that when you strike and explode, you make sure your shock wave makes an impact. And I've understood that, and I think that's why I should be pivotal to it. Not because it's necessary for me to be, it's just because when it happens, I need to understand the role I'm playing and play it perfectly well. Being prepared for the role, that's the biggest thing. I think that's it.
Okay. So, based on the curiosities you had in mind here, why do you question the work the way you do?
Because I've never seen the world right now give me a reason to feel safe. The world is unsafe. Is the illusional sin of Adam that we've been sold, or the first sin that is being told in every religion. I feel like the moment you become an adult and you learn, you become stable and you understand, you figure out that the world is not safe. So when you're structuring yourself and growing up or being a person, you have to understand how to create a safety net for yourself. That comes from your interaction with the world, interaction with others. You kind of like create a safety system, replies, the way you communicate, the way you text. Oh, let's say this, but let's not entirely say all of this so you don't give it all away. It's a system. You don't know when you do it subconsciously. And when that happens, you get to look a certain way to people. You don't look entirely accessible, which is not bad. With that, it now gives people the chance to see if you're worth spending time with, knowing you, seeing that beyond the protective barrier you created or the force field you've grown, beyond it, in the nucleus or in the shell, or in the middle of that shell that you have, you are soft, which is necessary for your form. And anything with a harder outer shell definitely has a soft inside part of it that is naturally created to protect. You understand? That shell is just there as a protection. So people will encounter that shell the first time, or most times they meet you. But it should be an understanding that if this thing is strong on the outside, it's definitely soft on the inside. And anything that's soft on the outside, it's definitely hard on the inside. So that's it.
What will change when you in the end?
Want to change. Definitely there'll be changes. But we'll talk about it when we win. Let's say for now, we can't understand the experience until we become it. So let's wait until we become it.
Okay.